Portal. Current events. Portal talk language. Watch view source. Worldwide current events. Sports events. Recent deaths. Entry views by week list. Today's most viewed articles. Topics in the news. Alan Greenspan to earthquake strike Venezuela, leaving more than 1,450 people dead and tens of thousands of others missing. Former chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve Alan Greenspan pictured dies at the age of 100. Keir Starmer announces his intention to resign as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Ongoing. Ebola epidemic. FIFA World Cup. Flamingo Revolution. Iran War. Lebanon War. Russo-Ukrainian War Timeline. Sudanese Civil War Timeline. Recent deaths. Francisco Guterres. Malik. Clive Davis. Walter Pereira. Robert Thurman. Carlo Ginsberg. Nominated article June 29, 2026. Monday. Edit the story. Watch armed conflicts and attacks. 2026 Afghanistan. Pakistan War. Pakistani Information Minister Atal Terror says that Pakistan has carried out new overnight strikes killing 25 militants in border regions in the eastern Afghanistan provinces of Patieh, Paktika, and Kunar, including Jamaat al-Ahrar militants. Free Malaysia Today, June 28, 2026. Sunday. Edit the story. Watch armed conflicts and attacks. Middle Eastern crisis 2026 Iran War 2025 to 2026 Iran United States negotiations. Islamabad Memorandum Axios reports from American officials that Iran and the United States have agreed to halt strikes near the Strait of Hormuz and will hold a Qatar-mediated meeting in Doha on Tuesday. Axios The Kenya Times. Iran cancels its participation in technical talks scheduled for today due to recent strikes against the country and unfulfilled conditions of the Memorandum of Understanding ceasefire agreement. Reuters. 2026 Iranian strikes on Arab countries 2026 Iranian strikes on Bahrain. The Bahraini army says on X that Bahrain has successfully intercepted and destroyed a number of Iranian missiles and drone attacks on the country. AFP via the Times of Israel. 2026 Iranian strikes on Kuwait. Kuwait's chief of the general staff says that his forces have activated air defense systems to intercept missiles and drones. Times Kuwait. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps says it has carried out retaliatory strikes against United States military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait, including the Ali Al Salem Air Base and U.S. 5th Fleet Naval Base, the new region. 2026 Strait of Hormuz crisis. South Korea's Ocean Ministry says that 2 more vessels have transited through the Strait of Hormuz, bringing the total amount of ships to do so to 23 after weeks of disruption caused by the war. The Ocean Ministry also says that only 3 more South Korean-operated ships are remaining in the Persian Gulf, including the Panama-flagged Panemu, which was damaged in an explosion on May 4th. The Korea Herald. Iraq in the 2026 Iran War. Iran-Iraq relations. Reactions to the assassination of Ali Khamenei. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi arrives in Baghdad, Iraq, for talks with Iraqi authorities on arrangements for the funeral of former Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Kurdistan 24. Gaza War ceasefire violations. Israel reports that it has killed 3 Palestinian police officers in the latest violation of the ceasefire. MENAFN. Israel says its military has killed Mansour Sami Mahmoud Shatout, the Hamas naval police commander who ran the central camps and took part in the October 7th attacks, in an airstrike in the Gaza Strip. The Times of Israel. 2026 Lebanon War. Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon. Israel says its military has destroyed the Hezbollah tunnel in Majbal Zone, southern Lebanon, after notifying the United States. Israeli officials state that the 200-meter, 660 feet tunnel contained weapons and rocket launcher shafts. AFP via Daily Sun. Reuters. Russo-Ukrainian war attacks in Russia. During the Russo-Ukrainian war, Ukrainian forces launched FP-5 Flamingo cruise missiles at strategic targets in Russia, striking the Titan Barakati complex in Volgograd, which produces launchers for Russia's Yars and Iskander missile systems. Authorities say 10 people have been wounded in the strikes. A separate missile strike destroys a Panzer missile system in Crimea. The Telegraph. Disasters and accidents. 2026 Saudi Aramco A139 crash. 14 people are killed as a helicopter belonging to the Saudi Aramco oil company crashes in Ras Tanura, Saudi Arabia. Al Jazeera. CNN. 2026 Tom Lane Pilatus DC. 6 porter crash. 10 passengers and the pilot are killed in a plane crash during a skydiving trip in Tomblain, Neuilly-Moselle, France. The passengers are identified as 5 instructors and 5 students. Al Jazeera. CNN. Health and environment. 2026 European heat. France records an additional 1,000 deaths as the country grapples with a severe heat wave. AP Poland records a provisional national high temperature of 40.5 degrees Celsius, 104.9 degrees Fahrenheit, in Slubis, Lubas Voivodeship, exceeding a 1921 record. BBC International Relations. Armenia-Israel relations. Armenian genocide recognition. Israel's government unanimously approves recognition of the World War I mass killings of Armenians by the Ottoman Empire's genocide, pending parliamentary ratification. AFP via Le Monde. AP line crime. Crime in Israel. 5 people are killed and a child is injured in car bombing attacks and murders in Tel Aviv, Holon, and Arab Israeli communities in Israel. The attacks are linked to organized crime or criminal violence. DPA via Yahoo News. Iraqi forces raid the Green Zone in Baghdad, Iraq, reportedly arresting at least 47 officials suspected of corruption, including lawmakers and senior government officials. Videos on social media appear to show Iraqi army tanks entering the diplomatic district. The military also begins arresting officials in Salahuddin, Al-Anbar, and Nineveh. I-24 News. Kurdistan 24. Middle East. Politics and elections. 2026 New Caledonian legislative election. New Caledonians vote to elect 54 seats of their local congress for the first time since 2019, after the vote was delayed 3 times following unrest in 2024 and the Boujdjala Accord in 2025. Preliminary results indicate the Loyalist bloc taking 24 seats and the Separatist bloc taking 26 seats, with Oceanian Awakening taking a crossbench position with 4 seats. RNZ. France Info. Mass media in Uganda. Uganda's military surrounds the offices of Nation Media Group outlets in Kampala after Army Chief Muhoozi Kainerugaba orders the shutdown of the company's newspapers, television station, and radio networks. AFP via the Daily Star. The British government announces that it will scrap the 202-year-old Vagrancy Act that criminalizes rough sleeping in England and Wales, saying that a new law will aim at preventing homelessness rather than punishing it. The Independent.